You're on video macing me, you liar.
Right now.
Liar.
Ronnie ONeal was given a life term for murder by a Hillsborough County judge.
Have you removed from this courtroom? I can sentence you without you being present.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't conduct
I
yourself.
understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Who said it was the worst case she had ever seen. ONeal was given an official term for killing his girlfriend, Kenyatta Barron, and their daughter, Ronnie ONeal, in a cruel way on March 28, 2018. ONeal has been given 3 straight life sentences, plus an extra 60 years. A jury said that ONeal should spend the rest of his life in jail without the chance of release.
He's gonna be so miserable behind those bars till he's gonna wish he was dead.
During the sentence, Barron and Ronnie ONeal's families were able to say something. His mother said, "I sat in court and watched him make fun of the court. My daughter should be here now. Even though I wanted you to get the death sentence, you did get it in the end." During his sentence, ONeal also had a chance to talk to the families of the victims. He said no one loves Barron or his kids more than he does, but he also said he doesn't feel bad about what he did. ONeal defended himself for most of the trial. He even asked his son about the time he tried to kill him by setting him on fire.
Like had his foot on top. I was laying my stomach here, his foot on top of me, and he was holding me down.
The jury deliberated for 4.5 hours before they decided that ONeal was guilty of all charges. ONeal said that the only reason he killed Barron was because she killed their disabled daughter. The jury agreed with the authorities that ONeal killed them both brutally before cutting and setting fire to his 8-year-old son to try to kill him too. Judge Michelle Cisco of Hillsborough County told ONeal that the evidence she saw in the hearing would follow her around forever. "This is the worst case I've ever seen, as far as the facts go," she stated.
I am not sorry.
When the punishment part of the trial came around, ONeal asked for a defense lawyer, but it was too late to make a good case. Because ONeal was able to defend himself in court, there are many things that could be reasons for an appeal.
Step out of the hallway.
After 4 hours of discussion, the jury decided that the man who killed 2 Northern California cops and regularly came into the country illegally should be put to death. The jury members left the room with some tears in their eyes. An American resident named Louis Bracamontes was found guilty of killing Sacramento County Sheriff's Deputy Danny Oliver and Placer County Sheriff's Detective Michael Davis Jr. in 2014. He was also found guilty of other crimes, such as attempted murder, carjacking, weapons violations, and more. During his hearing, Bracamontes used bad language a lot, admitted to killing the police officers, and promised to kill more.
I will break out soon, and I will kill more.
When he was taken out of the courtroom in the middle of his rant, he looked at the families of the people who had died. This made his lawyers ask again for him to be able to plead not guilty by reason of insanity. As the judge read the decision, Bracamontes smiled.
At least one of those rounds struck Deputy Oliver in the forehead, which caused his death.
The Sacramento Bee says that Sacramento Superior Court Judge Steve White will give an official sentence. The Bee reported that Bracamontes smiled and clapped his hands in silence as the jury's sentence decision was read. "He's a coward," Oliver's sister, Phyllis Sylvia, said. During the hearing, he was kicked out of the courtroom several times for using bad language. After being found guilty, Bracamontes said he would kill more cops soon.
Why? Why did you do it? Why?
A boy who killed 3 students and hurt 3 others was given a life term without the possibility of release. He was seen wearing a t-shirt that said "killer" across it and making rude gestures. The 18-year-old T.G. Lane pleaded guilty last month, 1 year after the attack at Chardon High School, which is about 25 miles east of Cleveland, on February 27, 2012. Lane looked at the court with a smirk on his face as the families of the people who were killed spoke. Daniel Parmerter's mother called Lane a vile coward and a pathetic excuse for a human being. and she wished him a slow, painful death. Another thing Dina Parmenter said was that the crimes have given her headaches and made her family sick.
I hate you for the pain you've caused, Nick. You chased him down the hall and fired the last bullet that paralyzed him. Why? Why did you do it?
Holly Walczak told the shooter how much she hated him. Her 18-year-old son, Nick Walczak, was shot 4 times and can't move. Before the case went to adult court last year, a judge in youth court said Lane was mentally fit to stand trial, even though there was proof that he has psychosis, dreams, and fantasies. He told investigators that he had shot someone but didn't know why.
And you're pleading guilty. You want to plead guilty to the 3 aggravated murder charges with the...
When Joga County Common Pleas Court Judge David Furry sentenced Lane, he said that Lane had shown no humanity, no regret, and knew he was wrong. Furry called the shootings in the cafeteria of Chardon High School, where students were waiting before school, a merciless rampage. He also said, "We haven't been given a clear motive or even a murky one." Police say Lane brought a .22 caliber gun and a knife to school and shot 10 times at a group of kids in the cafeteria. 5 people were killed: Daniel Parmenter, Demetrius Hewlin, Russell King Jr., and Demetrius Hewlin. He was 16. Lane was at Chardon, waiting for a bus to take him to an alternative school for kids who haven't done well in regular schools. He was charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder, and each term will run after the other. Last month, he also admitted guilt to 2 counts of attempted severe murder and 1 count of felonious attack.
Very difficult statement to hear and to see its effect on the family.
The judge heard from Lane's lawyer, Ian Friedman, who said that Lane did not want his defense team to give any witnesses, comments, or other proof that would lower his punishment. Lane wasn't put to death because he was only 17 years old when he did the acts. The young man came to court wearing a button-down shirt, but he removed it to reveal a white t-shirt with the word "killer" handwritten on it in pen. The prosecutor said the shirt looked a lot like one Lane wore when he was killing people. Later, though, the judge said in a statement that he didn't know what Lane had written on the shirt in thin black ink.
Saying pull the trigger that killed your son now masturbates to memory.
According to Furry, if the court had seen the shirt, it would have immediately halted the proceedings, called a break, and instructed the defendant to put on appropriate attire. When Lane wore his killer shirt, he turned in his chair and spoke out of the blue, surprising even his lawyer. He pointed to the gallery, where his family and the families of the teens who were killed were sitting.